Hey guys, it's Kaylor. Welcome to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering VSCode or Visual Studio Code, a product of Microsoft. It is a fantastic text editor and I highly recommend everyone try it. So really quickly, I've been using VSCode for 4 weeks, and ever since I made the change from Brackets, my previous favorite text editor, I've had nothing but positives to say about the text editor. It has everything I need for front-end development. So I'm just gonna cover my setup in here, what extensions I think you should try out, and what theme I'm using, as well as just a little bit of the interface if you've never used it before. To download VS Code, I'll have a link down in the description. Just click that and you can download the current stable build. So VS Code offers a lot of features. The first one is called Intellisense, and this one's basically code hinting and auto completing just on steroids. It's giving you just a little bit more. So I'm gonna show you an example of that now. As I'm typing in my regular syntax, not only does it give me better suggestions, but I can just get a little bit more info. And the more you use this, the more this becomes useful, and I really like this. It's just taking something that we've had in every other text editor and just beefing it up a little bit. The next thing is we have debugging. We also have built-in-git, and then lastly, extensions, making this your own. So a really nice thing about VS Code is just the simplicity of the editor. On the left, we have all of our toolbar options, and then in the top right, pretty much the only thing I use is this to split the screens as many times as I want. I have an ultra-wide monitor, so I'll split it up to 5 to 6 files sometimes, and you can just drag files in. So if I want the main CSS, I can put that here, and you can just change things and customize them around. So I'm just gonna close this back to 1 for now. We also have the settings icon down here at the bottom of the toolbar. And in the toolbar itself, we have up top the Explorer. Here you can see I have my code folder open and I am able to create new files and folders here, refresh, and even collapse all. Next, we have the search. So if I'm wanting to search for a file, I can do that here, and I can also replace things. Then we have source control, debugging, and then here I have my extensions. This is actually an extension added on as well. So this is the main ones you'll have when you first load it up. When developing, I often use the terminal to change directories and compile my SAS to CSS. So it's really great that I don't have to have that open anymore. I can just have it open in my text editor itself. Anytime I want to access the terminal, I just hit Control-tilde. And down here at the bottom, I have my terminal and I can do whatever I want. If I want to compile my SAS to CSS, I can do that by just inputting that command. And boom, it compiles it for me. I can do everything that I normally do in my terminal here. So that's pretty cool, and I can open that and close it whenever I want while I'm working. The next thing I really like about VS Code is the built-in emit. So if you've never used emit before, it's basically a shorthand to kind of speed up your coding. One of the best examples I can show of this to you is when you input an exclamation point and then just click enter. I already have my HTML document set up for me. Another cool thing is I can generate a lot of content really quickly. So for example, if I wanted to create a div called wrapper, I just put .wrapper, and inside of that, using the greater than symbol, I want to have an unordered list. Inside of that, I want list items, but I want 3 of them. And I also want inside of those image tags and a p tag. There I go. So all I have to do is begin to import all of my stuff here. If I want to link to my images folder, I can do that and just say image.png, and then I can tab over, give it an alt, and just keep tabbing through all of this and fill out all the information just like that, which would have taken me probably 2 to 3 minutes to write by hand. Now that we've covered most of the interface that I wanted to cover in this video, let's start to get in my setup, so my extensions. So I'm just going to click on the extensions, and you can see here all that I have enabled and installed. So the first one we're going to cover is Live Server. I get asked about this one all the time, and Live Server just allows me to open up my index file in my browser, and while I'm working on it, when I save, it refreshes here on the side. So let's go ahead and show you this. I'm going to go to my actual website file. So let's go Finder, grab my normal index. Let's just close this fake one out, don't save. So if I want to open up a live server, I can either right click and go open with live server, and here's the shortcut for that, or I can go down here to the bottom and click port, and then click go live. Once it does that, it will load up my website and I can see the current project that I'm working on. Every time I edit something over here, I just hit Command S to save it, and this automatically refreshes to update. The next big extension that I use is Minify. This does exactly what you would expect. It minifies files for me. So if I have my main.css open, I just hit Command T and then search for minify. And then when I select that or press enter, it will minify the file into something that looks like this. Very useful to have. The next one I use a lot is Sass. This is not actually Sass installed into VS Code. I have Sass on my machine using Node Package Manager. All this does is it gives me the same benefits that I would have if I was just writing CSS here in VS Code. It gives me the syntax highlighting, the autocomplete, and the snippets for Sass. The next one I want to show you is my actual theme. It's called Pale Night Theme. And when you search for this in the store and download it, it gives you a few of the different ones to choose from. If you hit Command K, Command T, you can select your different themes. Pale Night comes with the normal theme, operator, and italic. I'm currently running just the Pale Night theme. Also, another kind of aesthetic thing I like to do is Material Icons theme, and this just adds icons to my files in my Finder, and up here in my tabs, you can see that I have a little hashtag symbol next to my CSS, and then my index have the open and closing greater than less than sign. So just a nice way to see what files I'm currently working in. And here you can see everything it actually offers, and there's several icons in here, more than I even thought. So that's just a nice addition to have. A more recent one I've installed is called To-Do Highlight. And what this does is it highlights my to-do list and fix-me's so that if I'm writing them here in my code, I don't forget to do them. So it's just something visual that kind of stands out. So here I have to do, and to do this, all you have to do is just put in to do and then a colon, and it automatically highlights it. Same thing with the fix me. Automatically highlights that, and then I can start my fix me list down here at the bottom. This is just a great one for me because I'm trying to limit the amount of programs I have open, such as like a list taking app. So this just kind of cleans that up a little bit. The last one is also a newer one for me, but I think it's going to really, really improve how I edit and mark things in my code. So one thing that I've been wanting to do is I'm not able to complete everything in one day sometimes, and I want to make sure that I make a mark so that I can come back and change a link or just fix something that is broken after the newest update. So the bookmarks is a great extension for this. So here in my index, let's just say that this emoji for some reason is not loading properly on all my browsers, and I want to mark this so that I can later come back and do this. So what this is going to do is, let me just close my bar out here on the side, is it's going to apply a little bookmark over here on the lines. So if I hit Command Option K, you'll see this little bookmark appears. And what's really cool is I have this icon here. When I select this, I can click on this and it shows me where this is. So if I'm in my new .css file here and I want to get to this, I double click and it automatically brings me to this, so I can easily fix this Unicode and then hit Command Alt K again, and it will toggle it off and then move on. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys with VS Code. That's kind of the general overview of the text editor itself, as well as my setup. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe for more design and code related content. Make sure you have that notification bell on so you don't miss a video. You can follow me on all my social media at Kaylor Edwards. And as always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.